Okay, today I'm going to be modeling Professor E.Gadd from Luigi's Mansion. Uh, I used to play Luigi's Mansion for the GameCube like a lot of times as a kid. And no, I was just looking at the shape and I was like, man, this guy is looked like he'd be pretty easy to model. There are some very strange things that like I mean it's funny because I always think unless you have a hand in making something like this, even if you're used to modeling like I am, you never really take a second look at a model. There's a difference between seeing a model in game and only seeing it in a game engine. And then when you see it like raw, or when you just see the raw design, like what we have here, this picture of which I'm going to use for reference. And again, just eyeballing it, you'll see me adjust the height of the coat right here, like just the base shape I'm getting. Uh, I have these two little sticks on the bottom, and yeah, like if you look at his shoes, like what even are those? Those are like they're almost like socks. Like I never even noticed that detail. As well as like how short his legs are. I knew his legs were short. Like I always knew he's a small guy and he wears like a big overcoat, like a big lab coat. But you never really you never really think of things like, oh well, he doesn't have knees. Like you never see his knees. He has these weird wizard sock looking shoes things, and I made do with what I had. And of course his head is he's very chibi like. So his head is literally like almost the size of his body. It's so big and round. Um, so yeah, I'm just laying down some placeholder materials, and that right there that you see me rotating, I'm kind of like testing how long the arms are gonna be when you see me do that, just to see where they reach down to the knees. Because even though he has no knees or legs, I still want the arms to be close to the design you see right there in that image. He's got some pretty big hands. My final design, the hands aren't as huge, but they're still big anyways. It still fits. You still know it's him. The silhouette is still recognizable. Here I'm making the hand as a separate object, which is pretty common. You always want to make the hand separate. He doesn't have digits. This is going to be a very low poly model. I was shooting for under 500. Halfway through, I looked at it and I'm like, okay, between 5 and 600 will probably be the final results. So I give him these mitts. He does have a thumb, a usable thumb, but the rest of the fingers will be textured. He's got that little mitten, and I can just texture and to just make the detail that he has fingers there, so he can at least hold and grab objects. But he has this model can't do anything dexterous with that kind of hand. Okay, so here just making some adjustments on the head, also putting a material for what would be the like the skin color. Again, I do these things I do something like that just to separate, just get a better idea. Looking at everything when it's just one color, you kind of lose track of the scale of certain things. I use like a single cube, like a little rectangle for the neck. On second viewing, like you never see his neck. I know he has to have a neck, but I played the games. You look at official artwork, and it's just so like non-existent. But I made a neck anyway just to be safe because I feel like it would look too strange if he's just like a floating head on shoulders. So I put a little little cube, rectangular cube there just for his neck. The glasses, which are the focal point of this model right here. Uh, I'm not too keen on making glasses. I don't really make characters with glasses that much. That's something I definitely should do more. But very low poly, very easy to do. You'll see these are like, what is that, six-sided circles for those glasses. And the ears are separated from the model as well. I took an edge that was on the head already, duplicated it, and then extruded some polygons there and shaped the ear with that. It's pretty simple. The ear, I'll just do that with texture anyways. And here we have his little fluff of hair on top, of course. Um, yeah, he's had a rough time. He doesn't have any hair, he's just got that string up there. And that's the part that breaks the symmetry as well, so I don't have the mirror modifier on that part of the head. And here I believe I remade the neck just because the mirror modifier was doubling some polygons. And yeah, at this point I'm just kind of making final adjustments, reducing any polygons. I believe the final model was under 600, so it's pretty good all things considered. There's still some adjustments to the arm length and the height that I need to do, but those are just like minor. For the most part, everything's pretty much done. I'm establishing like the hard edges here, putting a hard edge right here on the bottom, like where the coat is, bottoms of the shoes, around the glasses, the rims of the lenses are gonna put like a hard edge, just so the shading is different too, because it's such a low poly model. Any shading or lighting is gonna be done on the texture, but even that it's gonna be very simple. So yeah, you'll see me here. Every time you see me bend these arms down, I'm checking for like the height of where the arms fall, just so that it's close to it. Model finished right here. Final thing came out to 576, which is pretty decent. See a texture right here. It's pretty simple. Let me show you. I've got a 128 by 128 texture. It's all squared up pretty neatly. Here you can see all my UVs here. I have all my faces selected. So you can see like a lot of this is mirrored, you know, common practice. We got like mirrored UVs here, the coat, you know, the hands. Again, these are like the mitts, you know, little mittens. They're the same on both sides. There's little eyes on this face map here, where his head is. And he does have little eyes behind his glasses. I made sure to include that. I was going to put some transparency here on the glasses. It's like slight transparency so you can see through it, but I think this look is more iconic. The fact that you can't see his eyes, I think. And because we don't use that many polygons, my E.Gadd's got a better dental plan. And because this is symmetrized, you can see here I painted the texture. Now there's a way around this, and it would be to you know, grab a face on one of these sides and mirror it, right? And then separate that face. And then draw the mouth. You see how like I can isolate it and then draw the mouth so that he just has accurately one tooth in the front. But mine, I initially did the one tooth and I was like, oh, I didn't run out of space here. I still could have used some UV space for that. But I just put like a small gap right here and I think it still fits the design. It's not really hurting anything. You'll see he's got no legs. Like the coat, it literally just ends like that. You never see him. He's so short anyways. The lab coat doesn't really go anywhere or flare out that much, so you're never gonna see that part. So yeah, not even up to his knees. I didn't even model that. I worked on this texture at 256 resolution, so at twice the resolution. And then when I was finished, I just shrank it down to a 128, and it came out pretty okay.
Hey, Luigi! Mario! Yoo-hoo!
Yeah, I've got like bones within the model, and nothing too crazy. You know, we have for the body, he's got three, right? Three bones here for the body, two bones, but I do have a shoulder bone right here. Right here, since I'm working with less polys, I put an extra bone there just to like fix any deformations that happen that are unwanted. Like sometimes that upper area is not going to bend right, and that's because I really didn't use that many polys. I don't have to like put a single bone for each finger because I have this little mitten, this low poly solution right here. So all I need is just, you see these, one finger bone here, another finger bone here, and then two more for the thumb, right? These are the correction bones for the coat right there, and you know, some bones for the feet. I do have a bone to control the entire leg because again, he's got legs don't even go up to the knees. So I do have a bone to just control the whole leg. So I have one for the head, right? This is for the head. The ears, I have bones for the ears. I didn't want to like extrude it directly outside of the model. It was extruded, but I separated it just for its own thing. In the middle of it, I just happened to rig the ears, so those ears are posable and movable. And of course the little spring lock of hair on top right here. Got one for the nose. And then I have this big one that's protruding out. It's actually for the glasses. Okay, so here's the actual rig. Like once I have all of my custom shapes and everything, this is what I use to pose it. And that bone I told you for the glasses is actually this one right here. So you can see, you can like remove them. They can like tilt up. And he does have little eyes right there. See that? Little things like that can add something to like animations. Even if I have them go up or down or like tilt to the side a little bit. I have a bone for the head, of course. This controls the head. This lower body. These two move together. So like, yeah, common IK constraints here. Just so I can, you know, pose him a lot more easier. The nose as well, it's movable. It's still rigged to the face, but the nose is a separate object. Again, I still don't know exactly why I rigged the ears like that. This little lock of hair on top can be posed too. Of course, this can move the whole leg, but it can work in tandem with this one too. Like when you move, you go like up here or down, and then I can use this bone right here, which is like the bottom of the foot, to like adjust, right? As well as like using this. And of course, I've got like these bones here for the coat. Stuff like this will it adjusts, you know, moves the coat a little bit to add like follow through animation anytime your character, even if it's low poly. If it's clothing, you still want some follow through animation eventually, right? Alright, here we go. So yeah, we do have I gave him a little prop that I made separately actually. You can see it. Very low resolution texture for this one too. So you can see the texture for the Game Boy Horror. Although it is like color, like it doesn't say horror on it. And you can see the cartridge in the back too. He's got a Luigi's Mansion cartridge in the back. It's pretty much game ready. So if Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon came out on the DS instead of the 3DS, I imagine this would be the fidelity of the model that it would look like actually. So if you have any questions about like the workflow, or if you need any tips on low poly modeling and stuff, just leave it as a comment or something. I'm just gonna be making whatever and posting it. Whatever comes to mind, I'll be making it. Probably do some. I was thinking about some Pikmin designs earlier. I'll probably do a Pikmin character or an enemy. We'll see. All right, I'll catch you next time.